Now we move on to technical session, and it will be moderated by Dr. Surendraman Bhattacharya. In addition, he will also be presenting his paper entitled Architecture Tradition in Buddhism in Nepal, in the Nepal Mandala. I give a short biography of Dr. Bhattacharya. He's a scholar of Buddhist studies and lecturer at Central Department of Buddhist Studies, Tribhuvan University. He earned PhD degree in Buddhist studies from Tribhuvan University in 2014 with a dissertation titled Monasticism in Buddhism of Nepal Mandala, Continuity and Changes. Dr. Bhattacharya has been serving as chairperson of Lotus Research Center and is an author of several books, including Buddhism in Northern Nepal. I would like to invite Dr. Bhattacharya to present as well as moderate the technical session. The floor is all yours.
This is about my paper. The title is The Architectural Tradition in Buddhism of Nepal Mandala. It's about our monastery. We know that more than 400 ancient monasteries existed in Nepal Mandala. And another slide, please. Which stood as the emblem of architectural tradition in Buddhism of Nepal. Next slide. Okay. And among more than 400 monasteries, the typical monasteries, indigenous ones, we call it Ba and Bahi monasteries. They are known by various terms. In DCP period, they are just called Vihara. And then medieval period, they are called Mahavihara. And in post-medieval and modern period, they are called mostly Ba and Bai. However, they are interchangeable terms. All the terms are applied. Ba is degenerated term derived from Sanskrit. Though the meaning and purpose are nearly same for Ba and Bai, Ba Bai slightly differ in architectural structure. The differentiation between Ba and Bai lies how they are being used before. This I was already told by Dr. Lata that in Bahi, celibate monks used to be state. And in Baha, the tantric type or married monks used to stay. And this is revealed by the right chronicle in which Bahi is called as Nivanic Banaprastha Vihara, meaning a place for recluses aiming at nirvana. And Baha, on the other hand, it is called Samsarik Tantric Vihara, meaning a place for practitioner of tantric agenda, serving worldly people. So the difference lies here. In Bahi, mostly recluse or celibate monks used to reside, where in Baha, married monks used to reside. The monasteries of Baha are called Bhikkhupare, so that is the difference. And in the Bhikkhupare, generally it should mean Bhikshu Bare, while others are called just Bare. Another slide. It is assumed that Bahi, deriving the word from Bahira, meaning outside settlement, was designed to accommodate celibate bhikshus. Is repeated again. And for Bahi, another term is also mentioned, that Madhyamak Vihara, that indicates it is related to Mahayana bhikshus. So here there is some confusion that most of the Sakes here who reside in Bahi, they assume that they are Theravadis. That's not true. They are Bahini from the very beginning. Whosoever take ordination under Mahayana Panchen, they are the Sakis, they are the Saki Bhikshus. The structure of Baha and Bhai have remained same for at least 1200 years. The schedule of rituals in Baha are more rigid, while elaborate and better organized, and more elaborate and better organized, while Bahi used to have lesser rituals. Another slide. Next slide. But I'm having the copy of my slide. It's disturbing me. Initially, purpose of Baha monastery extend beyond providing accommodation for monks for fostering to sacred Vajra ambience. You see, Baha is not just the residence house. It goes beyond that. Its purpose is to create sacred Vajra ambience or a divine atmosphere. This is accomplished through the integration of deities aligned in local values, the, the incorporation of symbolic items such as chaite, and maintenance of ritual secrecy, community engagement, and the facilitation of Vajrayana rites and ritual. The community engagement is stressed. It is to be remembered. For that, monastery remained the symbol of Buddhist architectural tradition of Nepalese Buddhism. It is a place of religious bliss and Buddhist religious center, the seat of triple gems, the storehouses of Buddhist icons and scriptures. So several definitions apply here to Baha. Most importantly, it is the monastery where making of monks takes place. Bodhichigu, we call it in local language. The next. Present Baha Bahi, the Bihara, have preserved ancient style, though none of them is older than perhaps 300 to 400 years, since they were either constructed or renovated during the medieval period. When marriage was permitted to the monk, married monks left Bahi and joined another type, that is Baha, where they live with their family as Grihastha Bhikshu, household monks. As a consequence, more and more Bahas were built. The shifting was taking place since 13th century. And before that, we just heard. Before that, we heard just before that Kriya Sangra Panjika has been already in existence before that period. After the conversion of celibate monks into married householder monasteries, especially Bahas, were built within the city area so that they could be engaged in various occupations and could have better social involvement. Next slide. Still, there were Bahi Biharas, which continued to house of celibate monks located outside the residential areas till medieval period, but later these Bahis too were surrounded by settlement due to unchecked growing urbanization. By the end of medieval period, almost all Biharas are surrounded by the settlement. This is the description made by one Tibetan monk. And from the strictly religious point of view, all Baha and Bahi are equally monasteries, and all of them must have at least a Chaite, the main shrine and tantric shrine. And in those periods, only anyone from any caste could become a monk. This is an important line. Both Baha and Bahi have social importance in Nepal mandala, so it is proved. Next slide. Yeah, this is the difference between Baha and Beta. I think I should not go for this. It has already dealt before. It takes time. Next slide. I can also control it. Okay, I see it here. And coming to Bihar construction base, Bihar's extent at present are mostly of medieval construction, and built. They were built based upon the instruction given in Kriya Sangra and also in Kriya Samuche. The Nepalese monasteries were known to have been constructed according to rules and rituals mentioned in Kuladatta's Kriya Sangra Panjika. This is the authorized manual for monastery construction. And the last description I have already told by Professor Tanimura. I don't want to repeat again here. Another slide. And the most important thing is Bihar always stood upon mandala, and the retinue of deities are invoked upon the mandala, and they are installed, consecrated during the establishment of monastery to impart a divine vibe and maintain a Vajra atmosphere at the site. And when Vajradhatu Mandala, mostly Vajradhatu Mandala is important. This is also indicated by Professor Tanimura just before my presentation. And under Sutra pattern, 81 cells used to be created to install deities. So these are mentioned in Kriyas Sangra Panjika and also in other texts like Kriya Samuche, Vajrabali, and Sarvo Vajrodaya. And not only that, Kriya Sangra Panjika also gives instruction what type of motif, what type of pictures or wall paintings should be in the wall of a monastery. That is also shown. Next slide. This is one example from my monastery, from my Bihara, where I took ordination. Srikhanda Tarmul Bihara. On the wall, these are some of the examples of motifs and wall paintings. These are according to Kriya Sangra Panjika. Next slide. A general outlook of Nepalese monasteries. This has been also told by Dr. Lata. So I don't have to say much about these points. The Bihar is laid out in traditional Buddhist style according to quadrangular plan with an open courtyard in the middle. It is often set back from the road in a courtyard, so one has to pass through a door to enter. It is usually a two-story court-style building made of mud, bricks, and wood. A typical Baha, similar to those described in relevant texts, features images of Mahakala and Ganesh. These are important deities we find in the passage of while entering a monastery. And foundation structure and ground floor plan are in congruence with wall vihara, like those found in pasties in Taksila, Nagarjuna, Nalanda. The upper floors exhibit Nepalese features, including wooden lattice windows. The artistic decoration was entirely in Newar style, demonstrating craftsmanship and skillful creativity. Structurally, it is believed that basic plan for the monastery's layout remained the same for more than 2,000 years, as evidenced by study of well-preserved rock monasteries in Ajanta, Ellora, in Western India. Next slide. It is not being controlled by this laptop, so I am unable to control it. So this is general outlook of our monastery. And Bahi, the upper one are aerial views, and the lateral views, side view is given below. These are the pictures, journal pictures and sketch one. The architecture of Newar Buddhist monastery is such that it has three shrines. First, the shrine of main deity, who explicitly stands for the Stavakayana part, though the Buddha image may not always be Sakyamuni. The second is shrine of Bodhisattva, like Amokpasa Lokesar, Paramapadi Lokesar, or Tara, that denotes to Mahayana part. And the third one, the tantric shrine, the agam, with the esoteric deities that that's the concern with Bhajani part. It is also reflected in Kriya Sangra Panjika, in Dharmagandhi. You see in the Dharmagandhi, so different colors are, four colors are shown. And these colors indicate the Shravakya part. Like it is here mentioned, Kriya Sangra attests Shravakya as a part of Newar monasticism, as indicated by the colors in Dharmagandhi. Yellow color in Dharmagandhi. Dharmagandhi is like a wooden pole used as bell. Okay, in the monastery. And yellow part is related to Mahasamgika. Red color is related to Sarvastivada, and green color Samiti to Samitiye, and blue color to Stabilidad. I'm working in this field, how our Newar Buddhism came up as a unique tradition. It is because that it has imbibed, it has assimilated Sravakena part, Mahayana part, and Bhajayana part. Bhajayana part is like a framework. Inside that, we will find Sravakena element and also Mahayana element. And regarding Sravakena, these four sects are important. Mahasamgika, Sarvastivada, Samitiye, and Stabilidad. Furthermore, the structure of three ways is built into Newar Buddhist tradition, and in particular to the sequence whereby a young Vajracharya passes first through monastic initiation, then he becomes a householder, and finally undergoes the consecration of Vajra Master. All these activities are centered at the monastery. Next. And coming to the social connectivity of Newar Monastery, how Newar Monastery connect different communities, Buddhist communities, it can be shown by this picture. You see, in the right hand side, this is the monastery where main shrine, Guapadyo shrine, will be there, and before, in front of that, there will be monastery courtyard, and that monastery is connected to other smaller monastery, you can call. We call it Nani monastery, Nani Vihara, and the access is made by pathway. Along the pathway, there will be settlement of agrarian settlement. We call it Maharjan and Donggol. They are Burli people, so they cultivate agriculture. So they are resided along the monastery. And in Noni and Chuka, there used to be other caste, other communities like Chitrakar, Ranjitkar, or other communities are also around the monastery. So how Nepalese monastery is attached, connected to other communities, it can be seen in our monastery. So, and that's why we have, while we classify monastery, we call it Mubaha, Kochabaha, Nonibaha, Chukabaha. So this is the important things, how the social connectivity. And finally, conclusion, purpose of monastic construction changed in medieval period. And that change was noticed when eremitic, the eremitic means the use of monastery as the shelter for peripatetic or wandering monks and nuns coming from four quarters, Taturdisa. And that was the shift in time. At the same time, after that, married householder monks came into existence. So that was the shifting time, transition time. And that was the time when the intricacies grew in monastery. So, and a set of architectural design had been formed that has been used uh, after that time to till today. The early medieval period witnessed a turning point in monasticism, and the Buddhism grew to the peak with construction of numerous monasteries. Bhajani became popular, and monasteries were built to suit uh, Bhajani form of monasticism. Monasteries were constructed following the elaborate religious process, mainly of rituals. Next, the last slide, I think. Next slide. Again, the conclusion part. The general structure of monastery gives us a clue to conclude that it is not only for the monks and nuns or priestly class, but also for lay people and community engagement. An installation of deities in the fundamental mandala form and other place impart divine atmosphere to the monasteries. Biharas in Kathmandu Valley, while on the one hand preserving the ancient features, turn into Buddhist characteristics of the country with definite indigenous architectural features, which are unique to the Buddhist ways of life in Nepal. Thank you. This is the last slide. Should I say something in Nepali, Nepal Bhasha? जी छुदै चुनौ ढासा थो झिउगु आर्किटेक्चरल ट्रेडिसन चाहिँ झिउ चाहिँ बने जुल वो मिडिबल पिरियड वया तस्तो जिको खण्ड त अबले वया नापा नापा जोसा बिहार दियो चाहिँ चतुर दिशा चा चा हिला वपी बिसुटे त चुनी उठा युरोपिया प्रयोग ज चुन जोसा अनलिपा बिसुपी चुनी जको मकु छु बिहार डेका बिहारे फुक्क कम्युनिटी मिले जा चुनी हो छु व्यवस्था यान्त हो वो अयापति डेभलप जो टाइम तो चाहिँ मिडिबल पिरियड जुल अर्ली मिडिबल पिरियड उकै लागि मिले जुइक क्रिया संग्रह पंजिका टेक्स्ट क्रिया समुच्चय बने जु ख उकै यहाँ थो चाहिँ नेपाली बाहा पहि थियो छौ चाहिँ आर्किटेक्चरल ट्रेडिसन जक मकसे उकै नाप नाप चौपति बुद्धिस्ट कम्युनिटी त छडी याना त्यही लागि गयाउ भूमिका भिटिमाउ ख उकै लागि निर्माण जचुङ ख अलि यो को दियो त उकै इन्स्टल या दौडै वो अछि त्यो तो मन्दला देखिउ ख मन्दला उपति लेआउट याना उकै दियो नि मोनास्ट्री देखिउ ख अब मन्दला ठामा त यो को दियो त उकै वइ उलिको मको सयौं दियो त उकै प्रयोग जी वो दियो त प्रयोग याउ कारण अन छौ चाहिँ डिभाइन भाइब छौ चाहिँ डिभाइन चाहिँ एटमोस्फियर बजार एटमोस्फियर ढासा जो यो क्रिएटियाना तो सोसियल ट्रान्सफर्मेसन है लागि व्यवस्था यान त ड्युटी चाहिँ ठिक्यु ख ठुकै लागि आर्किटेक्चरल डिजाइन क्या नाए छौ चाहिँ स्वरूप तयार यान त वो जो चाहिँ ठुकै हो मुख्य उद्देश्य का पेपर हो ठुल टाक्सन जी डाउट ने